I think noise is a massive issue all over Britain, to be honest with you. You know, when you're in any town or city these days, you feel like you're just bombarded by noise on all sides.
You need to work across a whole range of areas: road noise from traffic, it's the noise of noisy neighbours or loud music.
Things like the amount of stress that people are subject to is enormously increased, and sleeplessness in particular is a real problem. And these do lead very directly to other types of illness.
Nobody's encouraged to complain because they think nothing can be done about it. So what we have to do is try to educate the public to say you do have a choice.
Welcome to the first Noise Abatement Society and Rockwool National Noise Summit. Noise is a major pollutant, and from the people who suffer from it day after day, it is a real serious health issue. We hope that this Noise Summit marks the start of a national dialogue about noise.
There's been a variety of studies looking at the effects of noise on children. Noise is shown to affect pupils' memories, their ability to read, and also their motivation.
Acoustics is a very abstract thing to people that are visually orientated until the thing is finished, and then it becomes a very obvious issue.
We believe that noise problems are entirely avoidable through the better application of soundscape management principles.
Ambient sound was played to see if it might dampen down the effects of queuing outside clubs, the general alcohol-related problems we do have there, and in fact it worked very well indeed.
Noise is both a local and a global problem. Governments in every country have a responsibility to ensure that there are policies and legislation for controlling environmental noise.
To come along and meet all these experts in acoustic design really opens your mind up, actually, because it isn't just about, you know, materials and finishes and surfaces. It's about process, it's about how things are delivered, how we clean our streets and how we design our cities. I just think it was a real revelation to get such a great group of people here today talking about noise and sound and how we can make it better in urban environments.
We put a lot of emphasis on the planning of construction works, on minimising noise at source, so we put a lot of effort into compliance.
The Noise Abatement Society saw that there were actual real benefits to moving deliveries to the nighttime period, provided you can make them quiet enough. And of course, if you make deliveries quiet at night, you're also making them quieter during the day as well.
We had a hotline that was available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that meant that if a resident had an issue, one example is when we had constructed one of the buildings, an alarm went off at about 3 o'clock in the morning. By using that community relations hotline, that noise disruption got resolved within half an hour.
I mean, public opinion drives the politician, which drives the legislation, and legislation has to drive industry, because without the legislation you haven't really got an even playing ground on which to work commercially.
We have a lot of legislation which obviously the government are trying to cut down. I think one of the things would be to have a specific noise legislation which covers everything.
There are certain schools that have been built that I can think of one in particular by an architect you mentioned earlier, which won the Sterling Prize. The acoustics were absolutely appalling.
This is really about us as people using buildings and using transportation, that we start to really not accept low acoustic performance, but ask for better.
So I think we need to raise expectations among the general public that we shouldn't put up with badly insulated homes.
There should be a quiet dwelling standard, you know, so it's acoustic, the fabric of the building is acoustically designed to meet a quiet dwelling standard.
What I would urge all of you is to contact whoever your MP is and ask them what are they doing to encourage government to make our lives much, much better.
We will be producing a noise manifesto that can be presented to the government and the industry on ways to cut noise in urban environments.